not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? It is Tasha. I am back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping into my channel. If you are new, hit the subscribe button, comment in the comment section below, thumbs up the video. If you are not new, welcome back. And y'all know how we get down over here. We are back with the final video of Put a Ring on It for season 4. They had the reunion. I took notes, I guess. There wasn't a ton going on, but there were some things that I was like, we need to discuss because I need to know what y'all feeling about what is happening. Okay, so let's just jump into the episode. First, the reunion was hosted by Egypt Sherrod, which I absolutely love Egypt. Like, I love her from back in the day when she used to host like this house hunting show. And she's hosted a few other reunions, and I really do love her as a reunion host. Like, this is her lane because she asks the questions that the people want to know, child. And she ain't scared to get, you know, all up in the business. Okay, absolutely love it. We find out that her and Dr. Stacy are actually friends in real life, that they had, you know, scheduled lunch or dinner or something with each other. And Dr. Stacy had to cancel. She couldn't really tell her why at the moment. Then she was like, girl, you on a whole TV show? That's why we couldn't have dinner? Okay, I'm here for it. All right. So we jump right into the episode. We have all three couples sitting there on the couch. Of course, we are missing Chance and Dunbar. They let us know that they did reach out to Chance and Dunbar to come to the reunion, but they declined. Are we shocked? No, because Chance and Dunbar does not want to be held accountable for playing on our TV this season. So, of course, they were not going to show up to the reunion so that somebody could be there to question them and to actually tell them they have more work to do before they go ahead and get engaged and get married. They don't want to hear the truth. So, would have loved for them to have been there because that would have been, you know, probably a whole lot of drama that I would have been here for, but also not shocked that they are not present. The first couple that we get kind of in the hot seat is Joya and Jasha. So they kind of let us know where they are. They're still very much so very happy, very much so engaged. Egypt asks Joya if, you know, if it was more so just wanting the baby or you really want the man. We already know the answer to this question because Joya has told us this throughout the season. Hush, pup. It's the puppy. Joya has told us this throughout the season that she did not want any more kids. And then when she got with Jasha and saw the type of man that he was, that really gave her the yearn for wanting to have a child with him. So still no concrete answer really on what that looks like for them. But, you know, Egypt was like, you know, y'all got y'all time and God got God's time and God's timing is the perfect time. And so I guess we just gonna leave it at that, okay, for baby talk. And then we bring out the people that they dated. So remember, it was Brittany that got a couple dates out of Jasha. And then we have Jacoby and Luther who went on a couple of dates with Joya. Brittany was like, oh, I kind of want some explanation of why we didn't have a second date. Another date after the second one. Jasha lets her know that kind of that last date, he felt like she was doing a bit too much. Brittany was like, I wanted to know if like Joya had kind of a say-so in that. And he's like, no, I'm my own man. Like, no, I just felt like it was kind of going in a direction that I really didn't want it to go into. And then we get jackass Jacoby. I have no other way to describe him other than that. So he gets called to the carpet, of course, because of the comments he made as far as, you know, he's this high value man. So he has options and a single mother just ain't it for him. So we talk about that and how he was raised by a single mom. And it's like, how was a single mother good enough to raise you to become the man that you are, but you're not good enough to be with a single mom? Like, dude, you know, after a certain age, you still being out here single in these streets, most of the women you're going to encounter has children. And that's okay because we are still very much so high valued woman with kids. Like, I don't get it, Jacoby. He's like, should I not want better? Should I not? We struggle. My mom struggled. I struggle. Okay, but that does not mean every single mama is out here struggling. Some people is in a 2-parent household and struggling. So that really has nothing to do with solely single moms. So he's trying to compare it to, you know, women like tall men. If it was a fat woman on stage and a fat man on stage, we would uplift the woman, but we wouldn't do the same for a man. Like, just making no kind of sense. And Egypt is trying to ask him, like, what makes you a high value man? Is it the car you drive, the job you have, the money that's in the bank, all this stuff? Because she's like, we are all a sum of our parts. And so right now, your sum is coming up to 0. And I was like, Egypt, you better tell him, because, sir, don't nobody want to hear this. We don't care if you making 7 figures, okay? You come to us with this thing attitude, you going to continue to either be by yourself or you going to find a woman that knows how to put it on and just use you for your money. That's all you're going to get, okay? So Jacoby, choose your options wisely, but we see why you are still single, all right? And then we have Luther, who, you know, him and Joya kind of had the biggest connection. She actually tells us that, you know, if her and Jasha wasn't together, that, you know, she would still probably want to go out with him, not knowing what the future holds, of course, but she would still be interested in getting to know him. But y'all, of course, by now, I'm sure Luther got his own little fan club going on, and he has plenty of options out here for dates at the moment, all right? So then we go move on to Catherine and Ricky, child. Catherine is out here looking like Jessica Rabbit, child. And Ricky is out here looking like he is playing dress up in one of his daddy's suits with this chain on that I think has a charm of a goat. And I was like, so you the goat? You the goat of what? These tiny braids? Because you still got these tiny braids. And even after watching yourself on TV, maybe, you still got these tiny braids in your head. Okay, anyway, they talk about where they are, and Catherine's like, you know, she's kind of fine with not moving forward because she still has, you know, some work to do on herself. Y'all know how hard she has been on herself this whole season, how Ricky acts like, oh, I'm so proud of her because she's done the work and she's doing so good. Like, he's the perfect man, still same old, same old. So we see that their dates come out. So we have Sheila. Y'all remember that was the one with the locks who was feeding him the fish. We have his ex-wife, Chelsea. And then we also have Marcus, honey. Marcus. Marcus is here and in the flesh, and he is cutting up, okay? Out the gate, he is like, you looking real good, Catherine. Like, I just want to let you know it's good to see you. And she was like, it's good to see you too. He's like, oh, it's good to see me. It's good to see me. And then he pulls out some Cracker Jack box ring out of the back of his sneaker and is acting like, you know, you don't got to wait 10, 12 years or whatever. Here you go. Here I am. And she's just laughing. Ha, ha, ha. But he is coming here with the shits. Do you hear me? But as Marcus is talking, like, he's saying that Kat shared information of like, it's lackluster in the bedroom. There's still a lack of communication. There's like an intimacy, etc. from Ricky that Catherine told him on these dates. And child, Catherine is sitting here on mute. She is keeping it cute and on mute the whole time. And I'm like, Catherine, your silence is loud right now because your silence is saying you indeed told this man these things about your man. Okay? That's what I gathered from the situation, child. I was like, okay. So, of course, Egypt is like, you know, he's talking about, you know, in the bedroom and all this stuff. And Ricky's like, you know, none of that means anything. I know he's trying to do the most or whatever because he wants my queen that I have. Ricky, please, like, I still don't even get the vibe that y'all really like each other like that. Like, I don't see it for the two of them, child. But as Marcus is kind of going in and Catherine ain't saying nothing, Sheila is then piping up of like, how you just sitting there too quiet for me. Like, if somebody was like going after my man like that or whatever, like, I would have something to say. And Catherine is like, well, I'm just going to let the two men talk. Let them be men. And I don't need to interject. Ricky can hold his own child. So they start going back and forth with each other. It goes to commercial. Egypt basically dismisses Sheila and Marcus. And then we only have the ex-wife Chelsea on the stage. She kind of starts talking about how Ricky does stand up for himself when they're talking about the Marcus situation, and how if Ricky really feels like he needs to, he will. Ricky still talks about how he holds a lot of things in. We've been talking about that all season, and you still obviously say you working on it, but what are you doing to actually work on it? Probably nothing still, and you just want Catherine to continue to make all the changes. But the ex-wife, you know, just lets her know that, you know, they started off as friends, and then Ricky became her baby daddy, and then became her husband. So Kat sometimes just does not understand their relationship, and she really wants them to truly understand her wants and her needs and where she's coming from, but she doesn't necessarily reciprocate that. And Catherine could agree with that. So I guess that's one thing that they are going to continue to work on, child. But I still don't see it from them, but they still together, okay? Zay and Jasmine, child, it really ain't a lot to discuss with these two. We had Josie and Kenyatta come out. Basically, Kenyatta looked a hot mess. I'm not sure what this dress or this hair was doing. She said that Zay kind of friend zoned her after that second date. Her and Josie said they felt kind of used to help make their relationship better. Well, y'all know you are going out on dates with people that are already in a relationship. So let's be honest here. I don't know what you really expected at this point. But okay, but that was really it. There was a real connection between Josie and Jasmine, and Egypt kind of put that out on the forefront. He's like, yeah, there was a connection or whatever. We had a good time. We, enjoyed each other's company or whatever. And I was like, nah. It was a little bit deeper that if you was not with Zay, you probably, again, need to be with Josie. He's probably definitely more your speed with the communication that you are asking and requesting from Zay. But that was basically it for the two of them. Once everybody else comes back on stage and they kind of are wrapping up the show, we learned that Joya and Jasha, they have wedding plans for April 2024. They don't have a date in particular yet, but they know that's the month. When we talk about Jasmine and Zay, I don't know when the reunion was filmed, but they said that they had a wedding date for Valentine's Day. And they were like, Valentine's Day? Like, currently what was happening? They said yes. So they are currently already married, child. And then in the clip said that they was maybe thinking about or working on expanding their family. Okay, I guess that's what y'all want to do. I guess you want to procreate with Zay. I don't understand why, because he still acts like a child to me. Dr. Stacy gets a little bit emotional, and she says that she's just so proud, and Zay is an amazing man. I'm just so confused, because I'm just going to say I missed probably a lot that was discussed, or Zay being this amazing man, because Zay still gives me the vibes that he could be like an 18-year-old fresh on a college campus, not knowing how to act with all these access to multiple different women. That's just the vibe that I continue to get, y'all. But hey, they like it. I love it. They in love. It's whatever. But that was basically the reunion of Put a Ring on It. Let me know below in the comments what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. And I'm curious. I'm going to have to do a little IG stalking to see if Catherine and Ricky are actually still together present day, because if she's still complaining about his communication on the reunion here at this point, when is it going to get better, child, and how much more time are you going to waste? Okay. All right. But that's all I got for you guys. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace.